What's up, Face-Off fanatics? Welcome back once again. Movie Trivia Face-Off is here. It's Geektacular time, and everybody's talking about it with World War Geek just around the corner. We've got everybody and their mother fighting for a spot in this matchup. And today, we've got two competitors coming in who actually have their matchup locked up. They're both in World War Geek, but they're going to find out what they're playing for. The winner will get the higher number of the two randomly selected. The loser will get the lower number. So there could be a lot at stake here, and there's a lot to discuss about our competitors, about the match, and particularly about the stakes, which I'll be doing with my co-host, and you know who it is. Go ahead.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here for this match. This is actually one that I have I'm really looking forward to it. We have Alex Frost, who, I mean, he's a personality in the movie Face-Off. He even applied for the job you are seeking, the movie Trivia Face-Off singles commissioner. What do you think about that? So I think he might be better than you at that one.
Well, nobody's better than the elk at anything, but since you asked for my opinion, I think that Alex Frost is a wonderful human being. He's obviously one half of the best announced team in the whole damn business, along with me, and I think that he can apply for that job and get a lot of interest, but in the end, we all know there's only one guy. He's got two thumbs. He's going to be the next singles commissioner, and it's this guy right here. The elk will be your next singles commissioner. Mark it in your calendars. It's absolutely true. But enough about me. Let's talk about this matchup. Jimmy Dery, the Hazard, he's been a fixture here at the movie Trivia Face-Off, helps run some of our matches, but he also competes once in a while, and today he's competing for a very big spot. Alex Frost, you know him, you love him. He's the king, the chairman, and the leader of Club Blood Nashville. And David Garcia, I want to ask you, would you be excited to find out right now, before we get to the interviews, just what number the winner will be playing for? We're going to hold that loser's number till the end, but the winner's number I have here in front of me.
Sure, let's do that thing. I mean, yeah.
Well, it's my favorite thing in the world to do as a member of the administration team here at the Movie Trivia Face-Off is to not tell David Garcia his number. Instead, the number that our players today will be playing for, David. And I bet you're going to be sad when you hear this because it's a number you definitely wanted. Big number 35.
Whoa. Okay. Wow. So with the level these two have, the winner of this one might have a real shot at the title. We only know Colton Roberts is coming after. So
we do not know who's coming in just before them, but that is a prime spot. I can't imagine either of our competitors are going to have any trouble psyching themselves up for that shot, for that chance, for that ability to maybe punch your ticket all the way to the Geektacular Championship. I know Alex hasn't shut up about it for days. So let's hear from our competitors and hear what they had to say about the match right now.
Mr. Alex Frost. This is the last match before World War Geek, and we're gonna play for a place in there. Well, I mean, if we lose, it doesn't matter really, because we're gonna both be in it anyway. I made you watch Jurassic Park 3. I'm really sorry about that. I wanted to be the first to use another wheel, but some on the server already used it in a previous match, so oh well. And well, what else can I say? Yeah, I'm gonna speak to Alex's mom, because I know she's watching the matches. I'm sorry. That's all I gotta say to her. Well, I mean, Alex, I'm sure she's better than you at trivia, so let's see how it goes.
I know what you want. You want a reaction. You want some impassioned speech about how I'm gonna bury the Great White North in an avalanche of black, but I just don't know. Maybe it's been too long. Maybe I've been away for way too long. Maybe the desk has filled this whole brain of mine with rust. I for the life of me, I don't know. But I do know one thing. That this match is a pit stop. Because no matter what number I'm getting, World War Geek is still just the Alex Frost Show.
All right, and we are back. Our competitors had a lot to say. David, Jimmy Dery saying he's going to come in here, he's going to wreck shop, he's going to take it all the way to the bank and then all the way to the GEEKTACULAR Championship after that. Alex Frost, a little more reticent, but I know this guy, you know this guy, he knows his stuff, he knows his movies. I think, despite anything we might have heard in those interviews, this is going to be a very competitive matchup, David.
That's what I am hoping. Also a fun match. Both these personalities are, like, they shine when they are given the time to just say whatever they want. So I think this, even if it's a low scoring match, which I don't think it will be, at least we are going to have a great time here. So let's just do that.
Let's absolutely do that. Just before we bring them in for you, of course, David, I think there's one more thing to do. They definitely shine on camera, but do they shine in the ring? Let's find out as we take a look at our tail of the tape.
So, the tail of the tape in round 1, Jimmy getting a little behind with only 8 points of the 20 possible in 2 matches. Opposite Alex's, oh my goodness, Alex's 65%, 13 out of 20. Round 2, Jimmy with a 50%, a little slight edge to Alex with 45%. Alex didn't have to steal any points, Jimmy only 40%, but I think with these numbers, also you have to give the edge to Alex, especially in round 3.
I mean, the numbers do tell a story, and absolutely, they do not tell the whole story, but there is one number on this that I'm looking at more than anything else, and that is average points per match. Look at that disparity, 7.5 points difference. Alex Frost, his early round percentages are not representative of how well he performs. I know, because I've been speaking backstage to some of our muckety mucks here, the big higher ups at the Movie Trivia Face-Off, and Alex Frost's average points per match puts him way up there with some of our best competitors. I think he's 4th or 5th, somewhere in there in the league.
He's 10th best in the league. You have it right there on screen.
10th best in the league. Still, 10th best in the league. Nothing to sneeze at in a league with 40 plus competitors. He's obviously in the upper echelon. Jimmy Dery has a lot of knowledge as well. I personally agree with you. I got to give the edge to Alex, the Gothfather Frost in this matchup. I think we're going to see him come in at that big number 35 and maybe knock Jimmy Dery down to a lower number. Which one will it be? Stick around to the end to find out, folks. But right now, with all that out of the way, David Garcia, are you ready to do this thing?
Let's do it.
Let's get ready to face off. All right, David, it's time. It's time to get the competitors in here for the matchup. Let's do this thing. Introducing first. He is Jimmy Hazard Dery.
Hey, Jimmy.
35. Wow.
Yeah.
Just finding out about that number.
Congratulations, Alex. You got number 35, it seems. Everyone's against me today, so...
Well, let's find out how it is going to turn out as we get in his opponent. Introducing next, his opponent, Alex, the Gothfather Frost.
What a turn things have taken. What a comedy of errors my life is.
It's strange how often I hear that from people I spend a lot of time with.
I'm not sure if he's excited about number 35.
I mean, I don't know why in the world he wouldn't be excited. David, you're in the matchup. If you were told you had a chance for number 35, wouldn't you be jumping out of your seat, screaming to the heavens for joy?
I will probably do that. And tape it as well. Give me number 34 and you'll see me do it.
Alex Frost is very, very low key, and both our competitors on the table, ready to go. Boys, you know you are playing for that coveted number 35, the highest remaining number in World War Geek, but one of you will come out of this match with a different number. Will it be just below that, or will it be a little bit further down? We don't know. But we will find out as we get into it. If you are ready, gentlemen, Jimmy, I'll ask you first. Are you ready to do this?
Shazam!
Shout out to Bibiani and Meyer and Alex Frost. Are you ready?
Club Blood Nashville is open for business tentatively.
Well, then, the good news is you've got a chance for number 35. The bad news is your first question will come from David Garcia. Let's get ready to face off.
Well, gentlemen, before my question, I will read you your rules. In round 1, you are going to receive 10 questions that will come from various categories. You will have 15 seconds to write your best attempt of an answer on your whiteboards or whatever writing device you have with you. We will we will ask you to reveal your answers and verbalize it at the same time. Each correct answer will give you 1 point. You guys will have 3 repeats and 1 challenge to use all throughout the match. Gentlemen, your first question comes in the category of Middle Earth. I just love saying it like that. In Return of the King, who delivers the sword Andúril to Aragorn? Sword. You know, that word is always difficult for me to say. Sword.
I do know that some non-native speakers do have trouble with S words, and this is the biggest S word there is.
Blip. Yep. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And Jimmy.
Mr. Elrond.
Mr. Elrond is correct. And Alex.
That's Lord Elrond.
Fair enough.
He's
Lord Elrond, along with his friend Lord Richard Attenborough. Let's move on, gentlemen, to your next question. Question number 2 comes in the category of DC, EU. And your question is, in Aquaman, who plays Mira's father, King Nereus? In Aquaman, who plays Mira's father, King Nereus?
Have you still not seen this one, Elk?
Unfortunately, I did not yet have the chance to sit down and watch Aquaman in its entirety. Doing some work here at the Movie Trivia Face-Off, I have seen 20% of the movie in bits and pieces.
So would you say, like, I don't know, tomorrow, would you have time to watch that one?
Oh, everything on my plate, World War Geek right now, just getting myself ready. Huge event. Tune in, folks.
Pens down. And Alex.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yep.
I must break you, Alex.
You can try. You can certainly try.
I will break you.
Dolph Lundgren, what a huge, massive a man he is, but good point for both of our competitors.
All right, guys, your third question comes in the category of the other CU. The MCU. That joke didn't work. Who composed the score for Captain America, the First Avenger?
You know, David, I think what might have happened to you there, and I'm just guessing, is that DCEU doesn't have a CU on the end of it.
Yeah, probably. That's good. That's probably the case. Yeah, I'm not good with letters, especially English letters. So
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right, and Jimmy.
Mr. Alan Silvestri.
That is correct. And Alex.
Didn't have it.
Ooh. First miss of the match.
First miss of the match, which means it's time for me to prompt you a reminder that should you get a perfect round 1, you will get a bonus question just for you, Jimmy. But we'll move on, gentlemen, to your next question, which comes in, yes, the Wizarding World. And your question is, in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, what kind of death omen does Trelawney tell Harry he has?
A death omen. Have you ever gone to, like, you know, Pythonese or something like that, Elk? Because I am very curious of what one of those will tell you.
I don't know what a Pythonese is.
Those women that read you the future 5 for
Psychics, tarot card readers, got it.
Pens down. And Alex.
The Grimm?
The Grimm. Correct. And
Thank God. The Grim.
that is correct.
I knew the French one, but I didn't remember the English one.
Is it the Grimm?
Nope.
That's
Sinestros in French.
Well, I can say for sure it's not looking grim for either of our competitors, both competing well through 4 questions.
It is actually curious that in Spanish they kept it as Grimm.
Everything is curious in Spanish, David.
It is actually. Next question in the category of Marvel movies. In The Wolverine, what conflict is happening at the beginning of the movie?
David, favorite Marvel superhero, go.
Spider-Man. I mean, easy peasy. You?
Sleepwalker. Not quite as popular as your choice, I know, but those are the first comics I read as a kid. Sleepwalker. 5, 4,
repeat the question.
3.
In The Wolverine, what conflict is happening at the beginning of the movie?
Conflict.
Yep.
Oh, conflict. Thank you, David.
You are,
Thank Alex for the repeat, actually, Jimmy.
you're welcome, I guess.
Never. No,
Hey,
you're
do you
stealing
know-
lines.
Do you know what did I do? What did I do? 5,
5.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jimmy?
I wrote first the bombing in Japan, but I wrote conflict, World War II.
That's the correct one. And Alex?
World War II.
There we go.
Are you
Jimmy
sure?
Perfect halfway through this round. Alex sitting right behind him. And gentlemen, sometimes we give you a question that's very difficult and we give you 20 seconds to answer it. For this next one, I'm only going to give you 10, and I think that's fair. Star Trek is your category. Star Trek.
That's
What
not good.
what is Scotty's first name?
Well, I'm going to be perfect in Star Trek, which is impossible.
And I'm a man of my word. So 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Oh, there's the
What are you
repeat.
gonna do? What are you gonna do?
In Star Trek, what is Scotty's first name, Alex?
Wow.
Are we counting that? Give him 5 more seconds.
I'll give him 5 more seconds. If you want. Don't count on the repeat unless you need it again, but I will start counting you down in
5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Alex.
I don't know. Scotty? I don't know.
That is incorrect. And Jimmy.
Montgomery.
Scott. Montgomery Scott is correct. So Jimmy pulling further away.
All right, your next question, which is your 7th. Heroes and villains. In the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, what mask color does Donatello wear?
This was more of a 5-second question, David. But you know what? I got to say, looking at this so far, this is what we expected to see from that tail of the tape. Alex trailing slightly behind Jimmy in the early rounds, but those later rounds could make some points.
May I challenge on being colorblind?
That is an actual thing that is true. Unfortunately, that is not something I think we're going to accept as a challenge. David, if you want to start that count.
5. Oh my God, 3. That's that.
I totally forgot about that.
Pens down. Sorry.
I just took a shot. Red.
Technically speaking, the correct color for all the turtles in the comic books, but not the movies.
Alex?
Orange?
Well, purple.
Picked Raphael and Michelangelo. Donatello wears purple.
TMNT is dumb as a franchise. I'm just gonna say it. It's dumb franchise. I'm
Did you
sorry.
think for 1 second that
Colorblind.
this would be the question that would ruin a perfect round?
Hey, Alex, you could challenge on me being colorblind, wouldn't you?
Oh
I
my goodness.
might challenge on it. I don't know.
I don't care.
I mean, we are going to have that time open for challenges, I guess.
I mean, if you want to make a challenge, you have every opportunity. But in 5 seconds, I'm going to start reading that next question.
I'm absolutely fine.
I don't care.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen, let's go on to your next question. Hopefully, not a color question, Jimmy. DC is your category. And the question is, finish this quote from The Dark Knight. You either die a hero or live long enough to what?
Well, that's probably what it happened.
I mean, as a man
I
with
am going
Ninja
to shut
Turtle
up.
literally tattooed on my arm, I am amazed at that last question.
Yeah. Let's talk about the last question because I
Hold up. Why? Me and Jimmy don't have it tattooed on our arms. Why would we care about TMNT? It's not a thing.
True. Why would you know anything about something that's dominated pop culture since 1984?
Dominated pop.
I wasn't born.
That's not a thing.
No. All right, guys. Chill.
All right, we will go to Alex first to finish the quote.
See yourself become the villain.
Absolutely correct. Bringing him on up to 5 points. Jimmy, see yourself become the villain as well.
Language.
Turtles. Oops, sorry. You just can cut that.
Next question in the category of Star Wars. What is Luke Skywalker's call sign in the Battle of Yavin in A New Hope?
I have a little something to say about this question, David, but I'm going to hold it until after they answer.
Okay. I really cannot imagine what it is.
I'm colorblind, David. Did you remember?
Yeah, but
I didn't like the question in Turtles.
I could guess in
It's your
5,
fault. It's always your fault.
3, 2. I wrote it. 1. Hands down. And Jimmy.
Red 5.
Oh, Jimmy, if you would like to challenge that you are colorblind, now would be the time to do it.
I had red leader. I don't have it.
Well, that is something. That's going to pull Jimmy even farther away. 8 points out of 9 so far. Alex trailing behind. But as we saw in that tail of tape, like I said, Alex sometimes a little slow out of the gate. Those later rounds could be very important. And he could make a very crucial point right here. Close it to 2 if Jimmy misses. And he gets it in your 10th question, which comes in the category of mixed bag. And your question is, gentlemen, what shape does Sex Bob-omb's music take when they are battling the Kusanagi twins in Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Gee, I wonder who wrote that question.
That is something that you could ask me, Jimmy, and you could take your guess at which member of our writing team wrote that one, and I will tell you if you are correct or not.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pens down.
And Jimmy, for your edification, the person who wrote this question was me.
Nice. I still don't know the answer, so I said a lion.
That's not it. Alex.
Gorilla.
A gorilla made of electricity. Gorilla is acceptable.
Nice. Good job.
Alex closing the gap up, now only a 2-point difference between them. And if you're a player like Jimmy looking at Alex and you know what those numbers are like, you're real worried about what's going to happen in those later rounds. This next one, of course, always exciting, always amazing, and can change the whole game in an instant, the wheel round. In round 2 in the movie Trivia Face-Off, each competitor will get a spin at the category wheel. Once they have landed on a category, unless it is opponent's choice, they may either keep the category or opt to spin again up to 1 time. If it lands on opponent's choice, your opponent will choose a category for you. Once a category has been selected for you by yourself or your opponent, you will be given 5 questions from that category. Each question will be worth 2 points initially. If you do not know the answer, ask for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1. Steals are live in round number 2, which means if your opponent misses a question or fails to answer, you will have the option to steal at the current point value. Repeats and challenges still in effect. And your wheel for today, gentlemen, contains the slices of Wizarding World, Jurassic Park, Star Trek, MCU, Marvel, The Chronicles of Narnia, DC, Middle-earth, Star Wars, DC Extended Universe, and those other 2. With that out of the way, I'm looking at our scores here, and Jimmy Dery, 8 points to 6. You have a 2-point lead. Would you like to spin that wheel first, or would you like to defer to the Gothfather?
Second.
Alex Frost, the spin is yours whenever you are ready.
Hit it.
Oh.
And a favorite of the desk right now, Wizarding World.
I should have spun. Damn it.
This is rough. That's a tough category.
We all know it's
Deep
strength
cuts.
of your opponent.
Imagine
You can always respin and try to get Marvel. There's no deep cuts there.
In 5.
Spin again.
All right.
Bull move, got him.
And it lands on
Oh.
What did I say?
MCU.
Not significantly worse.
Well, we all know these MCU questions are getting deeper and deeper.
This is true. We'll see what happens.
All right, so I will take you to the great trip that is the MCU questions.
Oh, thank God.
Yay. Finish that phrase.
I will take your questions. So, MCU. Remember your multiple choices. To what city does Shuri say she has sent a car ahead to when introducing the technology? To what city does Shuri say she has sent a car ahead to when introducing the technology to T'Challa in Black Panther?
You're right, David. No deep cut questions at all in this category.
Not at all.
Seoul, South Korea.
That is incorrect.
It's not a city?
He did manage to hit one of our multiple choice options.
So, Jimmy, chance for a 2-point steal.
Let's go with Italy. Italy.
And gentlemen, if you can't take a car, you might want to take a train to Busan.
Okay, fine.
All right, Alex, your second question. What does Nick Fury call Captain Marvel immediately before telling her she's under arrest?
Multiple choice.
All right. Your options are A, Space Girl, B, Star Force Lady, C, Galactic Gal, D, Nebula Lass.
I'll go B.
B, Star Force Lady is correct for 1 point. All right, your third question. Who is the first hero the Winter Soldier fights after being activated with the code phrases in Civil War?
Who's the first hero?
I think we all can sense the tension on this one because we are not talking. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
All right. Who is the first hero the Winter Soldier fights after being activated with the code phrases in Civil War?
Right, Civil War.
Wondering if he's thinking about this question or whether he should have stuck with Harry Potter.
No.
3.
Iron Man.
It's incorrect. Jimmy, a chance for a 2-point steal.
Can you repeat the question?
I will cost you a...
That will cost a repeat if you want it.
Yes, please.
Who is the first hero the Winter Soldier fights after being activated with the code phrases in Civil War?
I'm gonna go with my original answer, Black Widow.
It's also incorrect. We are looking for Falcon, Sam Wilson.
Oh, in the basement. Oh, yeah.
I mean, even if fight is a loose term for that
Knock it out.
massacre,
That
And
was
Alex
a
Frost
minor
definitely
statement.
hoping those next couple of questions go a little easier. Not lucky so far with this category and needs to make up some points on Jimmy.
all right, Alex. Fourth question in Wizarding World? No, in MCU. Doctor Strange finds himself in what situation the first time he meets Mordo?
What are these questions? Finds himself in what situation?
Yep. Like, what's happening to him, I guess?
He's being mugged.
Yep, that's
That's what that question is.
That's what I...
All right, not bad, Alex. Definitely moving in the right direction now.
Last question, and this could be an important one. What nickname does Korg give to Thor when they first meet on Sakai? Also, please, both your hands must be visible on the screen.
Could you give me the multiple choice options, please?
Sure. Is it A, Thunder Guy, B, Replacement Tom, C, New Doug, D, Hammerman?
New Doug.
That's Doug. Doug is dead.
That's what that said. Hi, New Doug.
All right, not the best round in the history of the movie trivia face-off, but he does manage to take a 2-point lead on Jimmy, and it is the wheel round. Very dangerous time for any competitor. So Alex could still be taking some steals off of Jimmy, maybe padding those numbers on the tail of the tape. Let's bring that wheel back on up here for Mr. Dery. And Jimmy, in case you were wondering, the wheel colors today are purple, blue, red. Jimmy, whenever you are ready.
That's a good point. Actually, Marvel might be completely blank. He might not be able to see if that's the category he spins.
Ooh.
Well, just in case he's having trouble with it, we can tell him that he's landed on DC. And very popular category, spin, spin, spin away, right away. Let's see where we end up.
Pal.
We're going to end up on, oh, it's getting up there to
Middle Earth.
Middle Earth. Will Smith welcomes you. Jimmy, if you are ready, I have 5 questions for you in the category of Middle Earth. Alex, Steel's live. Please be prepared. Jimmy, your first question in round 2. In The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, who lectures Fili and Kili when they were joking about an orc attack?
Thorin.
Thorin Oakenshield is correct. 2 points on the board. Moving on to your second question. In The Return of the King, who is the first person Aragorn meets face to face after he has been crowned king and is walking towards the hobbits?
Wow.
Once again, no deep cut questions coming in the movie trivia face-off. Five, four.
I'm going to guess Arwen.
Arwen is incorrect. 2 point steal opportunity on the board for Alex Frost. If you need the question again, Alex, I can give it to you. Otherwise, 15 seconds.
Faramir.
Faramir, also incorrect. We were looking for Legolas. Legolas.
I'm sorry. What was the
question?
In The Return of the King, who is the first person Aragorn meets face to face after he has been crowned king and is walking towards the hobbits?
Can I challenge that?
You certainly can. Challenge is coming in. We will go ahead and put that under review, and we will be right back.
Legolas is one of the last people he meets.
We will get into that right now. Throw it to the challenge graphic, please. All right, we are back from that challenge, folks, and the challenge comes down to this. Here's how it was ruled. Alex Frost pointed out that the very first person that Aragorn sees is, in fact, Faramir in the crowd, who he turns to him slightly and is bowed to. We have reviewed and watched the scene. That is correct. The first person he sees is Faramir. However, the first person who walks up to him in the promenade in the center, face-to-face encounter, is Legolas. Now, the question did say face-to-face, but due to that confusion, Faramir being the first person we see on screen and the trouble of understanding the terminology, we are going to throw out this question and we're going to go to our backup instead. Oh, and Alex Frost will retain his challenge.
And you will ask the question.
And Alex, let's get into it then. Your extra question in...
Whoa, mine.
It's Jimmy.
Jimmy, sorry. Jimmy, your question in Middle-earth. To replace your question number 2, this is your new question 2. Who plays King Theoden in the Lord of the Rings movies? Theoden or Theoden? David?
Bernard Hill.
Bernard Hill, correct. 2 points on the board. Looks like.
How did you say that?
Shut up.
Go ahead, Jimmy. Say it again if you want.
Bernard Hill.
It's Bernard Hill. I believe.
It's written Bernard.
Well, Alex, you did retain your challenge if you'd like to use it again.
I'm fairly sure that I'm right.
All right, challenge is in. Let's check. All right, folks, we are back from that challenge. This time, not quite going Alex Frost's way. Bernard Hill, correct per multiple sources. We are going to accept Bernard Hill as the correct answer for King Theoden. So Jimmy is getting those 2 points. Should move him on up, and we will get on to his next question. Jimmy, your third question in Lord of the Rings, or Middle-earth, I'm sorry. In the Two Towers, traveling in what direction does Treebeard say is like going downhill?
Wow. Let's go south.
I think it might have been a guess, but it's a good one. 2 points on the board for Jimmy Dery with that. South is correct. Jimmy, your second last question this round, your penultimate. Question 4. In The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies, who breaks Tauriel's bow?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options, Jimmy, are A, Bolg, B, Azog, C, Thranduil, D, herself.
B, Azog.
B, Azog. Incorrect for the steal. Alex, your multiple choice options once again. A, Bolg, B, Azog, C, Thranduil, D, herself.
Thranduil.
And that's correct for the steal. Good point for Alex there, moving him up to within 3 of Jimmy. Could he pull closer with another steal, or will Jimmy pull away? Or hey, maybe we just stay where we are. Let's find out. Jimmy, question number 5. In the Fellowship of the Ring, who accidentally lets slip the name Frogo? This is the name I screw up. In the Fellowship of the Ring, who accidentally lets slip the name Frodo Baggins in The Prancing Pony? I don't know how I did that, David. Please feel free to make fun of me forever.
Yeah.
Mary.
Mary is incorrect. No multiple choice options. Alex for the steal.
Pippin.
That's it.
Of
2
course.
points on the board for Alex.
Damn.
Well done.
I'll agree. It was a 50-50
Two
shot on that one.
in 1 point. That is exciting. That is as good as it gets. David, what do you think of this match through round 2?
Well, round 2 coming to get both competitors. That's
Definitely not their best round 2 ever, but they come out of it in a very tight situation. And gentlemen, don't forget, as we move on into the final round, that you are playing for a big, big prize. Number 35, only one entrant before the end of World War Geek. Your chance to potentially win it all, to be that movie trivia face-off GEEKTACULAR champion of the world. Love your choice of beverage, Alex. Let's move on to round number 3. Gentlemen, in round number 3, the rules will work as follows. In round 3, each competitor will be giving us 3 numbers. These numbers will correspond to movie trivia categories, and your range today will range from our favorite numbers, number range 1 to 19. 1 to 19 is your range. Once you have selected your numbers, you'll be given those questions. Your first question worth 2, your second worth 3, and your third worth 5 big points. Stealing is not available in this round. Repeats and challenges are still in effect, and as we come into round number 3, Jimmy Dery enjoying the scantest of leads by a single point. You are over Alex Frost. Would you like to give us your numbers?
Yes, sir. 13,
13,
2, and 8.
2, and 8. 13, 2, and 8 for Jimmy. Alex.
The 6, 1, and 5.
6, 1, 5. All right, so
I will take Alex this time.
that sounds good.
No, I'll stick with Alex. I don't know.
You can do whatever you want to Alex as long as he approves. Consent is important, kids.
Who did I ask last time?
You asked me.
Then you, I'll ask Alex. No.
He's on the desk for one day and he's bossing me around. Alex, can you come back to work, please? I miss you.
I'm missing it right now.
And I don't know what he's thinking. You want to talk about collusion in movie trivia? You have me ask my favorite announce partners questions, but sure, let's do it. All right, Alex, your first question in round number 3 to take the lead on Jimmy and throw it back over for 2 points. Chronicles of Narnia.
Okay.
One of those new ones. Let's see what he can do. As I ask him, Alex, what's the subtitle of the third Chronicles of Narnia movie?
The Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. I've heard it pronounced Treader a couple of times. Either way, that's correct. 2 points. And Jimmy Dery is up to bat.
Who pronounces it Treater?
The French people. No.
Oh,
I'm around French Canadians sometimes, Alex. They do, in fact, pronounce it that way.
interesting. Never been to Canada. Sure it's
It
nice.
is fitting that you've selected number 13 for your 2-pointer because Alex got Chronicles of Narnia and for 2 pointers.
Jurassic Park?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
In how many Jurassic Park movies has Jeff Goldblum appeared?
3.
That's correct for 2 points.
Absolutely correct. By the way, Jimmy, Jurassic Park is the movie where the logo is that big red circle with the...
It's red?
We're moving on to Alex Frost for his 3-point question to once again take the lead back and forth between them in this round. Your second category is category number 1. He was okay with Narnia. Will he be okay with Middle-earth? Middle-earth for 3 points. Alex. In The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, which dwarf keeps taking knives out of his clothes when they are captured by elves and disarmed?
Good God. That is the worst Hobbit movie.
Do not disagree even a little bit.
Come on, you can do it.
5,
I can.
4, 3, 2.
Feely.
That's correct for 3 points. And to throw it back over to Jimmy, I don't know if he was guessing, but good pull by Alex. What an answer.
That guy.
Oh, it's me. So, Jimmy, you selected number 2 for your 3-pointer. And number 2 is movie quotes.
A favorite.
Okay.
That's a weird one.
Which... Oh, sorry, that was a lapsus. Which Star Trek movie has the quote, "Everyone remember where we parked"?
I love this question.
You wrote this question.
I'm fairly certain I didn't.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry. Excuse me.
All right. That's
I like
one.
it a little less now that I found out who wrote it, though.
So, which Star Trek movie has the quote, "Everyone remember where we parked"?
Remember, everyone, we're in the itchy lot.
Star Trek 09?
That's incorrect. We were looking for Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. When they park in, I don't know which park it is in San Francisco, they make the ship invisible and Kirk goes, "Everyone remember when we park?"
I don't think he's ever seen it, is the
Which is
problem.
absolutely a violation of the treaty with the Romulans that they wouldn't use cloaking technology. Terrible.
I had one chance out of 13, guys.
You, yeah. Same as my 3-pointer, so technically speaking, yes. That's true.
Actually, true.
Well, Jimmy, it comes down to this for you. You selected number 8 to throw it back to Alex and make the match everything we wanted it to be. Oh my god.
If he hits it, Jimmy will be number 35 in World War Geek with a real good shot at being the next GEEKTACULAR champion. If he misses it, Alex will be getting that number, and Jimmy will be getting something much, much worse. How much worse? We'll find out.
One repeat.
What? Yeah, one repeat. What number did you select again?
I don't remember.
Number 8.
Number 8, right? Yeah, of course.
And the category.
Oh no. Oh no. Don't tell me.
No,
Star Trek.
Oh god. Oh no.
Congrats, Alex.
Let's go, Jimbo. You can do this. I thoroughly believe in you. Let's go.
Of course, he could always hit it, and then you could just get your 3, Alex, and make us go to sudden death.
What?
I
He
just
already.
yeah,
he already
hit 3
did it.
seconds ago. So.
You already got a 3, so.
Oh, my apologies. Just making sure.
Jimmy, for 5 points. In Star Trek, what is the name of the artifact Kral is looking for in Star Trek Beyond?
Oh, I think I noticed. The Abronath?
For 5
5 big points. Yes, it is. The Abranath or Abranath is absolutely correct. What a pull. Both competitors, I got to say this, both competitors really pulling out that knowledge from the back end of their brains. They're going in there, they're cleaning off the cobwebs, opening up the box that they haven't seen in years, and there it is. Somehow the right answer.
Thank you, training sessions.
Yeah.
Alex, you know what it really was, Jimmy? It's that Alex Frost believed in you. Let's see how much he believes in himself as we move on to his 5-point question.
I gotta be real, not really much.
No matter what happens, someone will be taking number 35 right here. 5 big points and the win and that spot in World War Geek on the line. 1 repeat remaining. Alex, I need you to tell me in movie release dates.
Will you kiss your mother with that mouth?
Take it!
Which year saw the release of 3 DC movies?
What year saw the release of 3D?
Those both hands on screen, please. Yeah, sorry.
3?
3?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Which year saw the release of 3 DC movies? Very tense, and what a prize on the line, David.
Yeah.
I hate DC movies, by the way.
Alex Frost in 5, 4, 3, 2.
2005.
And your winner, advancing to number 35 in World War Geek, Alex, the Gothfather, Ross. We would have accepted either 2010, Jonah Hex, The Losers and Red, or 2005, Constantine, Batman Begins, and a history of violence. What a match. What an incredible performance. Honestly, both competitors doing very, very well in this. A couple misses in there, but they navigated, they used that strategy, and they fought for everything, fought through it with everything they had. Alex Frost, in the end, taking that spot. Oh my goodness, number 35 in World War Geek. He's entering after so many players, so many incredible players, and he has a shot. Just one man coming in after him could be on the table for as little as 2 rounds and come out with the GEEKTACULAR championship. Alex Frost has to be over the moon right now. David, what did you think of this one?
you are going to allow me to go out of character for this a little. I was not expecting this match to be this good. Both these guys surprised me a lot. They played their hearts out. I just think this is one of the best matches we have. I mean, yeah, let's throw it to interviews because this was an incredible match.
And I absolutely agree with you, David, although I don't know what this out of character nonsense you're talking about is. You got like multiple personalities or something. Jimmy Dery performing very well. Alex taking down that big number. And just before we get to their interviews, there is one more piece of business, one tiny little thing that Jimmy will need to know before we talk to your interviewer. Jimmy, you didn't get number 35, but there's other numbers still available, and you are definitely in World War Geek. You're locked in. You know what? I'm gonna be nice to you right now. Not number 2. Keep going. No, not number 3. That's absolutely out of place. Not 4. No, there's no way that would happen. 5? Are you kidding? Oh no, that's right. It's 5.
Okay. It's 6.
No, it's 6. Or am I still? No, it is absolutely 6. 6 versus 35. Definitely not the direction you want your number going in for World War Geek. At 6, it's going to be a hard fight. It's going to be a long day. It's going to take all that he has in him to even get close to the title. Alex Frost, on the other hand, can sit back, relax, drink a pina colada or maybe some other alcoholic beverage and watch the match. He could take it all the way. That's right, Jimmy. You could be the MVP. Let's find out. What does Jimmy really think about number 6? And what does Alex think about number 35? Who's going to be the Movie Trivia Face-Off Geektacular champion? Less than a week away. Let's go to your post-match interviews.
And I'm here. Hello. I'm here with the loser today, Jimmy. Walking into today, we didn't expect much from this. And you put up a killer game.
Well, I'm perfect in 2. I'm 2 for 2 in Star Trek in this match. The weakest category I'm supposed to be. That's magic right there.
It's almost like you've been studying to be the next geek champion or something.
Well, that's the kind of question that comes up in training sessions pretty much all the time. So that's why I knew it, because frankly, I haven't seen. Well, there are 13 movies. I've seen -2, I think.
I didn't know negative movies were a possibility, but you know what? I guess they are. And now you are number 6 in World War Geek. Yeah. So you get to come into that, you get to be with my boys, Cameron and Albert, and hopefully not get knocked down, which you probably are going to be. But, let's look past World War Geek. You're, 1 and 2 now? You could face a handful of people.
Do you know what rank I am now?
You are low.
Oh, thank you. That helps.
I'm 1 and 2, and I'm around 25, 26-ish, I believe. So you're probably close to there as well. Knowing that, is there anyone who you would like to challenge at your 1 and 2-ness?
Nope. Sorry. Not you.
Okay.
Not David. Not El, because he's a good guy. Yes, record this. I said that. I'll see you after War Geek. There's still time to think about it.
Right.
Being number 30 doesn't really help to get a match, and I'm 1 and 2. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. So,
I'm willing to give Hillbilly a shot to maybe get some redemption down the line. Not drunk. We'll see.
Sober Hillbilly, you have been called out. Speaking of being called out, I don't know. I'm just gonna say, you know what? Let's go to the surprising winner of today's match, Mr. Alex Frost. Let's go to me. Oh, thank you, me. I'm here with the number 8 greatest geek player of all time, Mr. Alex Frost. How are you doing, buddy?
There's a lot of how I feel. I feel many things right now.
Is a lot of that in the bottle right now?
Some of it is helping good old-fashioned Tennessee honey whiskey, made in my home state. I think it's important to say that Jimmy is much better than he thinks he is. I think it's important to say that Jimmy is much better than many of us think that he is. I think, according to the commentary, they expected me to just knock him out flat. And I didn't really expect that. I expected... I didn't hope to go to the 5, but that's how things turned out. I'm very happy to have won, and I just have one real question I gotta ask you. Do you know if the belt comes in black? Because 35 is a real good number for me.
Well, you see, Alex, there's a magical thing called spray paint, but also lawsuits. You gotta figure out which one is better for you.
Branding is super important to me.
Speaking of Brandy, let's say you're not the next champion because maybe I don't know, maybe 35 is just lucky for you and you can't win the title.
It's possible.
You're 2-1 once again, eighth greatest geek player of all time. Lots of opportunities open up to you. Challenge a lot of people, namely someone who's on the desk today. But aside from that, is there anyone you would like to face in the future?
Oh, I have many people I want to face in the future. The top 10, the top 20 is full of amazing matchups. I hear you have a person or two in that esteemed lineup.
Person or 2 or 6, yeah.
Person 2, 6, and I imagine I'll get to any of them. All of them. Anybody you could suggest?
I mean, I would love to throw a boat at you, but that's up to our rightful geek commissioner to decide. And
well, I'll make this real simple. If I don't win World War Geek, you can throw the boat as much as you want at me.
All right. You're gonna drown, buddy. Speaking of drowning, let's go to the elk who can't swim. I don't think can elk swim. I don't know. And David on the desk. Let's go.
And we are back from those wonderful post-match interviews. A big thank you to the Matriarch Adelaide Spence for those wonderful interviews. David, Jimmy Dery, I think he might have been getting into the whiskey himself, saying a couple of crazy things there, saying there's nobody he wants to challenge, saying that the elk is a nice guy. Jimmy, whenever you get around to actually returning to your senses, let me say that there's an upside to this match for you. Your ranking definitely not going to be reflected well, but you're moving up in those averages because you did score very well. I think this was an incredibly competitive match from Jimmy, but the story today is Alex Frost. A couple of good polls from both of our competitors, but Alex pulls the most important, the 5-point question. And David, as a competitor in World War Geek, Alex Frost at 35, how scary is that?
It is scary. After what he did today, I mean, pulling that movie release date question, wow, he pulled his round 3 was incredible. His round 3 was tense. Knowing he can pull those questions out of his buttocks, I'm saying that, so maybe it won't get blipped. That's it. That is dangerous at number 35. 3 pulls like those, and he's the champion.
And David, if I'm not mistaken, this is the last match that will be airing on our channel before World War Geek. If you're watching this out there, folks, if you're enjoying the show, first off, throw a like on it, put a comment on the video. Why the heck not? We love to hear from you. But at the same time, make sure that you mark your calendars. May 2-4 weekend on May the 24th, we are going to have World War Geek coming your way. We have 36 incredible competitors already revealed in that matchup. A couple of those numbers: Alex Frost coming in at 35, Jimmy Dery coming in at number 6. But anything can happen in the free-for-all style format, and this event is going to be the biggest event the Movie Trivia Face-Off has ever put on. We've got special guests. We've got lots of questions coming your way, lots of movie trivia fun for all our competitors. And for all you folks out there, the Face-Off fanatics, who we do love to have join us every single week here on the Movie Trivia Face-Off, thank you again. And most importantly, that's right, I can confirm it for you now, folks. The thing you've been wondering all along, the Elk will absolutely be calling World War Geek for you. Do not worry, along with some of those special guests. So make sure you tune in. It's going to be an exciting matchup. It's going to be an amazing showcase of trivia knowledge from 36 of the best competitors in the fan leagues, in my opinion. 35 plus, David. But thank you very much for joining us here today on the Movie Trivia Face-Off. It was a wonderful match between Alex Frost and Jimmy Dery. David Garcia, final thoughts.
I just had a lot of fun. Look, Alex and I don't see eye to eye. That is known for every single one. I don't see eye to eye with you. I don't see eye to eye with Alex. I don't see eye to eye with Ruben. The other people in the league, I like. But today, Alex Frost proved that he's a dangerous competitor. So, yeah, let's just finish this one. Oh, and Jimmy, that he's not someone we can sleep in. That 5-pointer in Star Trek.
Absolutely. Jimmy may think that he's competing for MVP, but once you get to that MVP, all that's left, stick around a little bit longer. Maybe you can take the whole thing down. Anything can and will happen. But with the number 35 revealed, will World War Geek be a frosty result for everyone involved? We'll find out very, very soon. Thank you so much for joining us. Please give a like and a comment. Please say a nice thing to those people scrolling by on the bottom of your screen. We have a hardworking team here, our question writers, our editors, everybody behind the scenes who does everything to make sure that we can provide a product, a little bit of entertainment to you in some troubled times. Stay safe out there. Join us again soon. Mark your calendars. World War Geek right around the corner coming up this week. And I'll see see you next time we face off.